Stacey and Jace, East Coast Radio.
So obviously we're very fancy, but the other reason why we need to get our things together is because we're about to be joined by Aunty Sheila. And you know, when an auntie is present, you must act right. So Aunty Sheila, welcome to East Coast Radio. How are you?
Vanakkam, darlings.
Oh.
Now let me tell you, y'all know what Vanakkam is, huh? Y'all know what Vanakkam is?
You can tell us.
So Vanakkam, darlings, means hello in Tamil.
I should know that.
You should have known that.
I'm slightly embarrassed. I studied Tamil in high school. So.
Well, it's fine because Aunty Sheila going to talk to you after the show.
Oh, please don't come for me.
But Aunty Sheila, welcome.
Thank you, darling.
I mean, I've never seen such well-groomed eyebrows you are giving.
Darling.
It's almost as if these eyebrows are set for the stage. Now, so it turns out that there is a show happening at Sunco starring you. It's called Monster-in-Law. Would you consider yourself to be a monster-in-law, Aunty Sheila?
You know what, darlings? I'll tell you what. I think the show was inspired by my mother-in-law. Oh. The ultimate monster, darlings. But let me tell you something. I consider myself to be one of the most beautiful, delightful mother-in-laws. My daughter-in-law might say different. But
interesting. Okay, yeah.
But listen, we never listen to her.
She's not around, so we're just going to have to take your word for it. Exactly. Now tell us, Aunty Sheila, what inspired the creation of this comedy show? You're saying your mother-in-law? I mean, is she the OG monster?
Let me tell you something, darling. You get monsters, and then you get my mother-in-law. Trust me.
Hectic.
So I just had to think of her, and the show was written on its own, darling. Memories, darling, memories.
Certainly has traumatized you in so many ways. Now, speaking of the show, right? Who does the show appeal to, would you say?
Look, darling, anybody who can relate to a situation with a interesting, not nasty, interesting mother-in-law, and anyone who just loves comedy, darling. And this has, everything with Bollywood songs.
Nice.
With the glamour, darling. You were picking on my eyebrows. You must check my makeup on my lashes. Oh, girl! You know what? If you like fashion, darling, come check Aunty Sheila.
Oh, Aunty Sheila.
But this is ticking all the boxes. So we're dealing with our trauma.
Yeah, of course.
We're getting fash.
Yeah.
We're getting lols.
Right.
So it's basically like if the Met Gala had a couple of jokes thrown in.
Oh, darling. Same WhatsApp group. See, I like how you think, darling.
I love it. I feel like it's the kind of show we need to be watching.
Yeah, especially you, considering you have a mother-in-law.
Oh, Jay, my darling, with such a beautiful smile, I like to see you there, my baby. And it's Tamil too, so he has to be with
you. Oh, yes. There. No, I love that. I love that. I'm certainly going to be there. I'm excited for the show. What are some of the things that people can take away from the show, though? Are there any lessons that people will learn besides the laughing and just the vibes? What else is there to take away?
So, darlings, when I started all of this drama, I always said that if my comedy doesn't have a message, then it's not worth it. So, darlings, this has a strong message. It deals with the interesting relationship between a mother, a son, and the daughter-in-law. Now, it's a lovely dynamic because you check a son, and he's caught in between the two most important women in his life. So, what you take away from there, ultimately, darling, you just have to make some peace and find a way to just be happy in this. So, I always say that, darling, love is the answer to everything, and we teach people to take some things lightly. You just got to choose your battles.
That's it. You got to pick which hill you want to die on. Now, if you are waiting to somehow have this conversation yourself around your own dinner table regarding your own monster-in-law, perhaps this is a good way to kind of break the ice. So grab some tickets as we speak. $150 at Ticket Pro. Aunty Sheila, I can't wait to see it.
Thank you, darling.
Look at how you are actually bringing the community together through
darling.
Comedy, fashion, and wonderment.
I'm so many things, darling. I've got to do it all. That's why I'm here, darling.
I love it. Shout out Aunty Sheila, of course, from the Monster-in-Law show. Tickets are $150 available at Ticket Pro. We are excited for this. I can't wait. I can imagine myself sitting front row. I'm not laughing, of course, because I've got a mother-in-law.
Because your mother-in-law will be right next to you, checking you. You've some choice words with Aunty Sheila off mic. And inspired by Aunty Sheila and her monster-in-law, we have got a hot topic on the way in the next 10 minutes. KZM, you're going to get to weigh in on. Not just necessarily about mother-in-laws. Might involve the dog. Might involve a child. Might involve a football team. You're going to get to complete the sentence momentarily. We don't want you to work too hard on a basic public holiday. So hold on. That's up next.
Stacey and Jace Boo. Weekdays 3 to 6 p.m. East Coast Radio.